Hello and welcome to the Lost in Possession podcast. My name's Jamie and here I'm to talk about the top 5 things for you to do to change your FPL season around. Now we're 8 games in, there's a lot to go, but I'm going to give you 5 reasons. I think the most important one is number 5, so please do stay to the end. First things first though, to help the channel out, to bring you better content, can you please hit the subscribe button? It helps us out massively. We can continue building the channel. Let's get into it now. The first thing is, quite obviously, differentials. You're behind in points. Differentials can really help you out. Now, differentials, some people have different opinions on it. I believe it should be under 10% owned globally. Now, this can fluctuate from time to time. Sometimes you'll have a player, he'll just go on a spree and then people will start bringing him in and he's no longer a differential. But if you get in there first, you're going to get the price rises. You're going to benefit more than other people are because you've hit it. Now, the 3 I've picked here, I'll pick 1 defender, 1 midfielder, 1 striker. All actually from popular teams that I was surprised to see under 10%. Now, first one is Trent. He has been gold for fantasy football for previous years. He has fallen off a bit compared to what he was. But if you're looking at the Liverpool defence, he's still got to be the best one to go. Robertson has picked up an injury, so Tsimikas could be an option. But you still have the issue of him being rotated. Trent is not about. It's not about Trent's defensive aspect. You think of Liverpool as a whole for that. But Trent's attacking potential, assists, and a goal here and there is why you'd go for him. And, under 10% owned, he could be a great one to bring in now and see and hopefully be rewarded for it. And Liverpool have some nice fixtures coming up. In midfield, Gabriel Martinelli, is now back from injury. You saw him come on against City. Unfortunately for me, where he smashes the ball into Ake's face to get the goal. However, he's, once again, I think he's at 4.2% owned by the time I did this recording. He's such a good option for his selected buy on that attacking wing. Very, very attacking. Will pop up with goals and assists, no doubt. And Arsenal are one of the top teams in the league. So he's probably fixture-proof in my opinion. Well, Arsenal players are fixture-proof because they should be expected to win the majority of the games they play. And then finally, I've got, I'm probably going to butcher it, Højlund at United. Coming in, he is looking quite exciting. I think United fans are excited about him because he's coming in and he's putting himself about. You can see that he's young and hungry for goals. He's scored a few for United and he has been scoring in the international break. So he does know where the back of the net is, and I think he's going to be certainly the first choice striker at United, with rumours of even Martial to leave in the January window. So that to me is where you can get into 3 of these top teams who most people expect them to be the top 4 side by the end of the season. 1 or 2 might be fighting for the top 4, but at least the top 5 to 6 at the very minimum. They're very good players and you could get them in before other people consider them. There are others. I've only just given 3 examples here, but please do look at the differentials, because that's how you're going to do a rank better than other people are, because they don't have them in their team. Now next will be the fixture planning, and you can always do this if you're on the app. Get your team up, scroll to the right on the list, and you'll see the next 3 fixtures. Or FPL page actually put this little fixture difficulty ratings up for the next 3 games. I personally like to look at the next 3. Some people like the next 5, and some people like even more than that. I think next 3 you can really target the games. So like looking at this, standing out to me, Villa have great games, Liverpool have great games, Spurs have some decent games. They're just 3 that picked out straight away to me. But you've even got Brentford in there, and lower team, but Burnley have fairly nice fixtures. If you consider that, you can start looking at their players, then you can go back to my differentials and look at the teams there. So like I mentioned, Trent, differential and nice fixtures. So that could be where you start picking it up. And this, I think, will massively help you, because if you're not looking at fixtures, I think you're only going to pick the top players, and sometimes they're going to have bad runs. If you're sort of some Chelsea games, Chelsea have now got a pretty difficult fixture list, so you probably want to avoid them for the time being. You might have one, maybe like Sterling or Jackson or someone like that, but really you've got to think, I probably should get rid because other teams have better fixtures. So I think better fixtures, differentials. Now my next one is a bit different. It's actually being quite aggressive. But like I say, at the bottom middle, do not be stupid about this. So I've said here, Haaland is sort of most people's set and forget captains, although there is discussions about it. But if you see Haaland's got a difficult game, and then Mo Salah, you've got him in your team, and he's got a nicer game. So let's say Haaland the other week had Arsenal away, and let's say Salah it was Liverpool at home to Luton. Don't be aggressive. Don't worry about people who set and forget their captain. Pick Mo Salah. He might be the option. But if it's neither of these two, don't worry about it. Let's say West Ham and Bowen, you've got him in your team. West Ham have a great fixture. Pick him as captain if you think he's going to do better. Don't just sit and sort of, go, oh, but if Haaland does do this, you're behind on points already. So I feel like you've got to be a bit aggressive to be able to catch up to some of these people. But yeah, once again, don't be stupid. If City have a double game week and we've got Luton and Sheffield United both at home, that's like, perfect scenario kind of way. But you've got to pick Haaland then. Everyone will pick Haaland, but you've got to pick him. So don't be too worried about that. And also with your chips, use them in sort of planned ways. So like I said with the fixtures, sort of, and the double game weeks are really what you want for your triple captain, for example. When there's there's a game week where there's not everyone playing because they're in different cup competitions, use your free hit. Bench boost, maybe even after your wild card, because you've picked a full 15 team playing. There's sort of ways of going around it. Be a bit aggressive on that. Don't be afraid to use your chips, but once again, don't be stupid and don't put Haaland away to Arsenal or away to Liverpool as your triple captain. It's a recipe. It might work out that time, but most time it will be the wrong call. Then I say into another one is a good way is compare teams around you. So at the moment I've shown mine, Reece and Jordan's. This was from game week 6 a couple of weeks ago. But I could be like, right, okay, Jordan's ahead of me in points. And I can look at his team and go, why is he ahead of me? What's he got that I don't have? And at that point, I think he'd already started to invest. He had a better goalkeeper than me, so he was gaining a few points there. I did change my goalie at this point, but before I had Pickford, where he was getting Johnson and Turner getting points. He's got an Arsenal defender, I don't. But then he could be looking at my team going, if I'm catching Jordan up, Jordan can look at my team and go, oh, he's got Isaac, he's doing quite well, scored two goals in the last week. And then Reece, if you're looking at his team, you're thinking, where's some of it going wrong? Obviously, he's got Matoma on the bench. A disaster for him. So it's comparing other teams, and sometimes they might have someone in there that you've just completely not seen in your eyes, and that could actually go, you know what, he's a good player, good fixtures, could be a differential, could not be. I've missed him, I'm going to put him in his team, and that's the way you can possibly not forget players who can pick up hauls. And number 5, my last one, is quite simply, do not panic. There's been 8 game weeks. We've got 30 to go. So don't panic too much. You've got time to correct it, catch up on a lot of your friends in your mini leagues. You might be too far away from winning it all, But I think a lot of us are, probably including myself, and I'm sitting at around about 1,000,000 rank. But that doesn't mean I can't still hit the top 50k this season, or even go better. That's what I'm aiming for, top 50k. Top 50 to 100k is probably my target. So I'm still going to be going for that, but I'm not going to be going, right, I need to play all my chips as quick as possible to catch up the game week rank. Because when it comes down to the end of the season where there's better opportunities, I've messed up and just used them all at the start because I've got annoyed or bored and then just done it. And also, don't quit. It's a fun game. You can compare yourself to your friends. And some of you do have some, I've seen some TikToks and YouTube videos of some very bad forfeits. So if you're in one of them, definitely do not quit. Keep going and you'll do fine. Well, there you have it. There's my video for the top 5 things I think you should be doing to help you improve your FPL rank for the season. Keep going. That's my main point. But once again, if you could help us out, give us a like. Any comments on what you think might help other people, or if you've got questions about your team, I'm happy to help. Jordan and Reese are happy to help as well. So yeah, please give us a like, comment, and also subscribe. Like Jordan always says, you know the drill.